What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. CFC Deep here with yet another video, and boom, Chelsea throttle Wolves 6-2 on the road. And man, it was a beautiful 45 minutes, and we saw a little bit of everything. We saw the horsepower that Chelsea have in attack. Starters, bench, they have dudes that are ready to contribute and guys that are ready to fight for their places, and it's going to be iron sharpens irons. We saw Cole Palmer move into that central 10 position with Madueke outflanking him, creating that width. And that was just what Chelsea needed. And those two combined for 3 goals. Madueke's hat trick, Palmer with 4 goal contributions today. And it was really special to see. So there was a bit of a tactical shift, right, from the Manchester City match to what we saw against Wolves. Against Manchester City, Chelsea set up with 2 holding defensive midfielders. Enzo Maresca said, we're going to try and just set up shop a little bit, be a little bit more defensively sound, have Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo on the pitch. But that really, kind of made the attacking not as fluid as it can be, right? Because you're pulling another body back that doesn't need to be there. So what Chelsea did, like I said, moving Madueke out to the wing, moving Palmer in, inverting Gusto like we had all thought that Maresca would have ran from the beginning. We saw some absolutely fluid football. If you haven't seen it, go watch that João Felix goal, because from front to back, Chelsea's build-up, execution, positional awareness, making runs was excellent. Excellent. It was the perfect goal. And all the other goals, too, were also sensational because they all touched on a few different things, right? Palmer in the 10. Madueke with not only his left foot, but with his right foot. 2 goals on his weak foot, which we've all talked about Madueke's end product. And if he can do that consistently, maybe not score a hat-trick every time, but impact the game in a number of ways, you're going to see a player that's going to just brim with confidence. And it's clear that him and Cole have repertoire over there, and they understand where each other are going to be just from playing in the England youth setup for so many years. So to see Madueke flourish is awesome. Another thing I want to talk about, Enzo Fernandez was very, very good in all aspects. Defensively, he was able to stay back, and he wasn't really asked to go fully box to box. He was playing sort of just in that middle space just a little bit and controlling the game, moving the ball around. Moises Caicedo had a rough first half. He got off to a very slow start, but 2 key pre-assists and 2 goals. That header over that led to Madueke's goal was just perfect. So we're starting to see, guys, that this team is gelling. There's players that like each other. There's 25 players that are training together. They're getting comfortable, and they understand the talent that is on this team. It's all about confidence. Chelsea as a club for the past 2 years have extremely, extremely struggled with confidence because they're not consistent. The results did not justify. Now, this is only 1 match, but we are at 2 wins in a row. Now let's start to see how this group looks as they're consistent. It's important to see. So moving forward, what I'm still concerned about is the goalkeeper, is the back line. I thought the back line was a little better today. I thought Levi Colwill offensively had a very good game. You see what the sporting directors and the club were looking for, right? They were looking for tall, physical center backs that have elite passing range. And Levi does that extremely well. His long ball accuracy was fantastic. His ground duels he won was great. It was just a game where Chelsea were very consistent. There was not too many misplaced passes. There was no silly turnovers. There was ground duels won. They did all of the little things correctly, and that matters. How many times have we watched a Chelsea game over the past 3 or 4 seasons, and they've lost because they made a mistake? They were mistake-free today. And to add into that, they were precise, exceeding their XG by almost 4 goals. Precision, clean, calm football. And that's what we got to strive for on a consistent basis. Now, there's going to be tough games. There's going to be games where we don't live up to the bill. But now we've seen it. We've seen this collection of players already do it. So let's see if they can do it on a day in and day out basis and a match on match basis. Moving on to the transfer news, there has just been a lot going out. It is 1 week until the deadline comes and goes. Chelsea have up to 7 players that will be leaving by the end of the week, as a report said. Sterling, Chilwell, Trev, there's a bunch of guys that could see their way out the door on permanent or loan moves. So there's a lot to shake out in terms of that. But I got to give a shout out to our show sponsor, Cy Phillips Talks Chelsea. Simon Phillips has done an amazing job building his community, right? Building it to a place where Chelsea fans can go for latest breaking information, transfer sourced articles, match reviews, tactical analysis. He has a little bit of everything for the Chelsea fans. So however you consume comment, Simon has that for you. So go ahead, hit the link in the description, and you can get into that today. But as we were talking about with this transfer news, the biggest news of the day is a multi-confirmed report that Chelsea are sniffing around the idea of bringing Jadon Sancho over from Manchester United and potentially sending both Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell the other way. Now, this is going to be a very fascinating saga as we go into the last days of the window in Chelsea. You know, looking at bringing in another attacking player, really just swapping for Sterling, has a couple of reciprocating effects, in my opinion. Does this mean Mykhailo Mudryk goes on loan? What does this mean for, you know, the chances of getting another striker? There's a lot that goes into these decisions, right, and the factors. But if I've learned anything from these last couple of press conferences from Enzo Maresca, is that if you're not doing the job, you're not going to be in the club's plans. So if Mudryk is not performing, and he's got the start today, but he didn't really perform that well, got hooked after 45 minutes, is this the end of the road for this season? I think personally a loan to like a Bundesliga, Serie A would be great for his development. Maybe throw an option clause in to get your amortization value back. And if you bring Sancho in and you got rid of Sterling and you got rid of Mudryk and now you have a formidable attack, Neto, Sancho, Palmer, and Kunku, Madueke, now you're Felix. You're talking about a group of players that are extremely talented, and you're too deep in all those positions. So it's something that we will have to monitor as the days goes on. And as always, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to this video and get that latest news here. Finally, Victor Osimhen, the saga that all Chelsea fans are hoping comes to an end soon. Looks like it'll be going for a few more days. It appears that Napoli and a Saudi club are in negotiations for a fee around 65 million euros for the player. Chelsea, I've always been interested on loan. I think this is going to really come down to where does Victor Osimhen want to play his football. Does he want to chase the bag and go to Saudi? Does he want to stay and go to the Premier League? I think if he goes to the Premier League, he comes to us. If he wants to just move and unsure his permanence, then I think he goes to Saudi. But I think Chelsea will be eager in getting that deal over the line if the situation is right. And I think it's going to be a very situational just on incomings in general. So we'll see what happens with those deals. There's a lot of news coming out, and we will be the first source. So if you go ahead and hit that notification bell, we will get videos out for you as soon as we can. And as always, if you go to Simon Phillips' website in the link below, he has immediate transfer sourced articles and a daily aggregated blog of all the information that you might want. So go ahead, like, subscribe to this video, follow me on Twitter at CFCDP1. We will be back with you very soon, hopefully with some more good news. Take it easy.